right, so just going to run you guys through a little bit of our tackle setups and what we here at Sette Cama use for our fly gear. You're going to have your lagoon outfit, which is going to be between a 9 and a 10 weight rod, paired with a floating line that matches it. It's important that's floating. Some people bring 2 sets of 10 weights, one with an intermediate or a sink tip, and one with a floating line. They do very, very well. When the fish aren't hitting on the top, you can really get down, just that little bit further down can change your presentation and result in a hookup. I prefer to stick with the floating, gives you more options. You want to go deeper, lengthen your leader, put a fly with a bit of weight on. As for your reel, you need a saltwater reel, either a cork or a sealed drag, with about 150 meters of backing on. Your backing on your lagoon rod can be 30 to 40 pounds. It doesn't need to be too hectic. Now let's move on to our 12 weight setup. Now this is our evening estuary setup. 12 weights are a must. We can fish 11 weights, but there might come a time where you feel a little undergunned with an 11 weight. Let's talk a little bit about what we need, why we need this 11 weight. We're fishing big fish in big current. Fishing this on an intermediate line, you get far better presentation on an intermediate line. You're also not hitting the bottom. We're not fishing a deep mouth here. It's very shallow. You don't want a fast sinker. You're going to be dragging sand. So an intermediate line gets you in the zone, presents the fly nicely, and slows your fly down when there's big current. Then as for leader material, let's talk leader material. For your lagoon setup here, your 9 or 10 weight rod, you're going to be good with about 50 or 60. I even go down to 40 pound mono or fluoro. It's nothing too complicated. Doesn't have to be anything in particular. Whatever you've got should work. The difference comes now with our 12 weight setup, with our estuary setup. We need hard fluorocarbon. On the fly rod, you put a lot more pressure on these fish than on the spinning rod, so your leader wears through much quicker. So hard fluorocarbon is necessary. We're not too concerned about breaking strain, but what we are concerned about is diameter. Your diameter is going to tell you how long you've got before that tarpon wears through your leader. Minimum of 0.9 mil. Minimum. It's an absolute no-go. Anything below 0.9 mil, barring certain brands, we just don't touch. We've had nightmare situations getting tarpon close and just having them wear through because the leader's not thick enough. So here we've got, this is one of our favorites, a really hard fluorocarbon. It's triple fish, and it's only 66 pound, but this has landed tarpon upwards of, close to 100 kilos. And crucially, it's 0.9 and it's really, really hard. Now let's talk about flies. So for the flies, gonna want a nice lagoon section, small poppers, small clousers, and some small bait fish. I think we've got some well-chewed flies here. Yeah, so that's a perfect lagoon bait fish there. Well chewed, that one. And yeah, has seen better days, evidently. Now, when we're talking tarpon flies or flies for the estuary at night, one of the big things we need is profile. And one of the best ways to get profile in your fly is with a deer hair. So any of these kind of muddled, brush flies, these are fantastic. They work really well. Little deceivers. I know a lot of guys tie that sort of style for golden dorado. Those work excellent. The big crucial thing is hook. You need a strong hook here. We're dealing with very heavy currents and big fish, and it can become a disaster zone very quickly if your hook is not up to the task. So if you're still not sure on flies, give us don't hesitate to ask. We'll always be there to, point you in the right direction. But again, anything you don't have, we should be able to provide for you in camp. Thanks very much. That's all the tackle.